put place in history, the PMP has always mismanaged Jamaica. I mean, not talking about mismanaging a time when things were hard. I'm talking about mismanaging a time when things were good. The PMP robbed us of 40% of our GDP. PMP sent home over 500,000 people, closed over 45,000 businesses. That is not good management. Racked up our national debt. That is not good management. Left our infrastructure to the point where it is so poor that things were falling apart. That is not good management. The PMP has to date not provided Jamaica with a manifesto. I think it was later on, when in the 90s, that they actually came with a manifesto. And if you look at the PMP manifesto when they go into government, they can't point out some of the things that they said they did. Because when they go inside here, it's like a freestyle. A manifesto is something they give you to trick you. But Andrew Holness giving a manifesto, telling that this is what I can tell you. You can read that manifesto, and 85% of the things that they said they're going to do has either been completed or started. And a lot of those have been affected because of COVID-19. But if you have a manifesto where 85% of the things that have been done, that's an A grade. That's a pass.
I think more than 85.
So that's, yeah.
And in this, you know, a lot of times, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to answer. But I want people to understand that the choice is clear. It's like, it irks me because I just don't understand why this is not a clear choice. You know, especially for the young people who they were at the age. Oh, you're the cute baby. I love babies.
Oh, no, sorry.
It's okay. At the time when some of these younger folks were at younger age, they really didn't have to live through PMP mismanagement. They only now see Bruce and maybe Bruce time and now Andrew Holness time. So they really don't understand what the PMP did to Jamaica, not for Jamaica. And I think those are the ones that we have to try and get to understand that the PMP is not good for Jamaica, because during their time, they were babies, they were kids, and they only see Andrew Holness government now, but you don't understand where we're coming from. And so now you look at Andrew Holness government like he's not doing, but he is done above and beyond more than what any other prime minister have done. And anybody as old as you, Richards, and you, Blair, who says otherwise, they are not for Jamaica. They are only for a party. And that's just bottom line. They don't love Jamaica, and they're not for Jamaica. They're only for a party. I can't say it any clearer. And so the question is, for Sheikah and all of you guys here, in this 2025 that's coming, why is it so important for us to make sure that Andrew Holness receive a third term? Why? Do you believe that Andrew Holness, in the last election, he promised what he promised and it was completed? 90% of it was completed. So why do we not believe that this term around, everything that he say he's going to do it? Do we believe that what he say he's going to do, he's going to do it now? Do we? Go ahead.
All right. The Andrew Holness-led administration have demonstrated to the Jamaican society that he is more than capable of delivering on his promise, because the manifesto that you just read from is a stark example that this government is delivering on their promises. Okay? He promised us that for us to be able to provide the services that the country needs, you have to reduce the debt. They have delivered on that, right? And the debt still projected to go even down further. And this will even make more revenue available to the country, so the government can able to take on more programs.
Winston, I'm trying to be devil advocate here based on what you just said. But can we explain to the people that are listening What was Mark Golan plan for that?
My goal and plan for that is to reduce the payment and the debt and use that savings to dish out to his PMP supporters. And even his former finance minister of the People's National Party came out and said, no, that's a wrong way to go.
So,
It
so,
is very,
so,
go on.
I'm not a finance person for me. Winner, what does that mean? Can you explain to us what does that mean? What Mark Golan plan is? When he said that he's going to reduce the payment and then use the money that he reduced the payment for and now give it back to the... What does that mean? I think we're not doing something. Arthur, how you doing? Sheikah?
Yeah, John. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. I want somebody in the finance to answer what does that really mean?
Well, when I finance are big ants, my ants, my intelligence is telling me that when you dwindle your savings carelessly, then you're destined for failure. It's destined for failure. And if instead of you taking the savings that you are making now and help people to become self-sufficient as what Andrew Holness and the government is doing now. Instead of taking money and giving to people that they're going to eat or take it by when they buy it, they will make nice name. And when you take a stock loan, it is consumed.
Yeah,
And consumed. Yeah, right. Consumption is a word that people don't understand what consumption means, you know. Consume means that you use up, and unless you can replenish that, you cannot replace it. You understand what I say? So the mentality that Mark Golan have, that to me that but in a modern days, you know, that don't have no place. And I want to say to you, Angel, I've been listening to this since I came on about more than an hour now. And this is the best thing that I ever heard for a while. When you take the manifesto and dissect it like this. Because even me never do it yet, but you want to me now. Because I lived through all of this, the eras. I know that this is the best thing that ever happened to Jamaica. But guess what now? People out there don't realize, because this analysis that is going on with the manifesto, you know, this is A class. This is top of the row. People need to understand what we have now and don't get complacent and dash it away. They need to understand it, and this is most wonderful. And I have to share this live. I share it. I hope the God they come. Come learn and understand. Well, not no football business we're doing around here. And Jamaica needs to know that for us to go forward, we need to make sensible decisions. One of the sensible decisions we're going to make is to make sure that we continue with this kind of development that Jamaica is on right now. Because I just cannot imagine myself turning back, you know. That's stupid. What am I turning back for? You
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
So I wanted to just come say that, you know, we say, listen to me. I would like you to do this again and again. If I even once a week, if you take Saturday and say you're gonna do that, make me teach the people them.
Yes. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you. And so when are you back? There's somebody down there named Jay and
Angel, sorry,
Yeah, I'm here.
Jellings, asking you to repeat the question, please.
I'm here.
oh, hold on. I'm gonna repeat it because Winner is back. Winner, the question was, Mark Golan made a statement and said that he was gonna pay less on the debt and give back the people that money and hand out that money to the PMP them. What does that mean?
So what they wanted to do was to take $40 billion away from debt payment, right, and give it away. When you give people money, it without have. Let me put it on. If we should take out $40 billion out of the NIR and give it to every single Jamaican that is here, that is here in Jamaica, it would equate to $13,500 per person, less than minimum wage. That is what it would equate to. When you put that $40 billion on debt payment, you have a reduced debt, and you also take away future payment in terms of interest. So the country win as a whole, rather than you take up $40 billion and give everybody 13,500.
Makes no sense.
Nonsense.
It
And
makes
everybody just running around make it sound. But when you do the numbers, it don't make no sense.
don't
Margot
make no
is
sense.
taking a lot of us for fools, or he thinks he wants to say things that he wants us to hear. It makes no sense.
But
Ridiculous.
but again, it makes no sense to me, you on the panel, because we can see through it. We are well thinkers, and it makes no sense because, like you said, it's not even for me. It's less than my minimum wage, and it's less than $100, $13,000 to put us into more debt, because now our debt is even going to be more longer to pay off. I mean, it makes no sense. But again, we have a PMP in here, Wendy and J-Man, that repeated it because it sounds good to them that Mark is saying, I go do this. But they don't understand what it is.
But Angel, why not take $40 billion like what the government is doing to do an overall of 2,000 kilometers of 2,000 road network, across the island? Isn't that more beneficial to you and I?
Absolutely.
Isn't that more cost saving for us as, for example, persons who use vehicle? What it
Long
does,
term.
it reduce the damage on vehicles, and it increase the travel time to and from work. So you're saving on man hours, and you're also saving on parts. So you get
You
more done
mean
in a shorter
decrease,
period of time.
decrease,
That makes more sense than giving everybody 13,500.
you mean decrease the travel time?
Yeah, sorry. Decrease travel time and increase productivity, which also drive more money because you're putting more people to work.
Exactly.
Angel,
If I may,
can I say something, Angel?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Look at it this way, Angel. For instance, because of debt reducement, it enabled the government to do the urban center in St. Thomas. The government is presently spending over $6 billion to build out that new urban center. By now in March, that urban center is expected to create over 3,000 jobs. If the government do what Mark Golan is suggesting, it will mitigate against the government to do any form of infrastructure repairs. And right now, Jamaica is suffering greatly because of infrastructure degradation. Okay? So what Mark Golan is coming with is totally madness to the highest level.
And so I wonder if you guys realize that I have 3 more left in the manifesto, but you know what? People forgot what you guys have spoken about. And so I'm making a comparison to what Andrew Holness said he was going to do and what the words that Mark Golan said he's going to do. And so this is why I'm asking you guys this question. This is why I'm asking you guys the question that I'm asking you. And so that is his plan when it comes to the debt. What about his plan when it comes to crime in Jamaica?
My bunting initiative, bunting say, you might use the fisherman and turn him farmer rather than spend money on gears and whatever the police need. That is his policy.
So, starting from the top, guys, can you tell me so far under Andrew Holness administration, what has changed when it comes to policing and when it comes to national defense? What has changed underneath the Andrew Holness administration?
For me, the government has invested in several boats, big boats, military using them, and the Coast Guard. The amount of vehicles that the police have gotten so far with bikes and support can patrol more places. And you can see that as being evident, meaning the police are basically everywhere now. They can go about doing police work now rather than waiting on a police vehicle that sometimes never existed at the time. So now the police them can move around more freely than how they used to and finally can do their work.
Okay, thank you. Winner?
And
Winner?
police stations are fixed. Remember that part. Bolipa police station fixed.
Okay. So remember the government said to us, right, a part of the crime fighting initiative, our policemen and policewomen must feel comfortable in their place of work because you have to boost. Gio, you want to? All right, let me give you one. You scared me for a crack. Here. That's okay, sir? So a part of to make sure the men and women feel comfortable going to work. So there was a massive upgrades and built up. Don't throw it away, though. Massive build up. You don't want it. Massive upgrades up. Give me a second, guys.
Go ahead. Somebody's at the top. What is it? One so what? I can't see the name. One is it so south? One south. One south. Go ahead.
Yeah. Believe me, this program is really great because the manifesto is the first time in the history of Jamaica a manifesto ever come to the forefront and the government fulfill all its obligation. And the government is doing great. What Mark Golden want to do now is to go back to a handout. Keep them under manners. So him hand out money on the corner to Batman to dictate to the people how you should vote. We're long gone through that and we're not going back there. So what they are planning, they can forget it. And Holness doing a great job. I've never seen this. I have been around from Michael Manley. And I have never seen a government who come to the people and their term, sit with the people. It's the first prime minister I see we just walk out on the road and meet any common Jamaica and talk with them, have a conversation with them, hear and listen what they are saying. And we are saying, people, the older people, they're going to tell you, boy, me a PMP long time. My mother is a PMP. No, we have to change away from that. Move away. Look on Jamaican. Be a patriotic Jamaican. Be a Jamaican that for Jamaican. I am talking about my children growing in Jamaica. So therefore, in the long term, what going to happen to my children 10, 20 years from now when I gone and leave them here are my grandchildren? Those are what we have to look on. The long-term benefit, what is doing. When I look on, I sit down and I listen to Rhoda Crawford making our budget presentation, State of the Nation debate. And when that young girl can come and tell you where she moved Central Manchester from and to, for a man like Peter Bunting, who has rank in the government, in the PMP government, and never do nothing.
Never.
The first time people getting water running through them pipe is since Rhoda Crawford come there.
Yeah.
People have to understand. They're looking at Darrell Vaz and they're looking at James Robert. But they didn't know how those people come to run a constituency and Wally. They spend their money and spend their own money
Yes.
to get the people water, to make makeshift bridge for them, dropping Colbert and Marlet, so those people could get to go to work, or when rain fall, they don't black in, maroon in and so. So those are what happening. Miss Val that you see in Portland, she didn't just go there with money. It's something happened in Portland. Her husband was away in China. And you have a heavy rain. I think it was a storm and a heavy rain. And some place tear down bridge, landslide. I mean, a lot of people get damaged. And when she went there, her husband instructed her to go there and help the people. Take out what resources them have, mattress, blanket, water. Give it to the people them. And when she got there and she start look over the people, she step over the boundary. And when they call to her and say, Mrs. Valls, you done your husband constituency now. That is the PMP constituency. And the woman would look at his worker and say, listen me, this is not about PMP or JLP.
Right.
These are Jamaican. They get damaged. They need help. Therefore, I would have to go straight on and help everybody across the board. This is not about my husband constituency. This is the people of Portland and they get. So therefore, when she do that work and go through, and when she reach at a certain point and the things finish, she send back for more. And the truck go back and load and come back, and the people of East Portland look on her, and these are PMP people who look on her and say, no man, if this lady come up here and didn't have to do it, our member of parliament who is in power never do it. And if this lady come and do it, then we go and ask her if she want to run. Because when Anne-Marie Vaz come today, the table to be a member of parliament, she has no clue of running a constituency. It's not Mr. Vaz put her there. It's the people.
People, I know that. Thank you.
So we need you.
Thank you.
Mr. Vaz have to force her, say, boy, if the people need you, go on.
Yes.
Give them your service.
Thank you.
And I'm going to tell you, she is shaping up to be a very, very fine member of parliament. Because I can tell you, she's doing her job. When I say she's doing her job, anything, she's out there. And she jump out in her water boat.
But no, I'm from Portland, Southwest. We know. I'm from Portland.
Well, my family background is from Portland, and I go there very often now and then because I have a house over there. And I visit Portland very often. I talk with people very much. So I can tell you that they are doing a good job.
Thank you. Thank you, Southwest.
Over in Southeast St. Catherine, the young guy, Robert Miller, him taking a task too. He's going forward.
Okay.
So,
thank you. I'm going to continue with the manifesto. We're at...
Yes, Angel, concerning security. If you allow me, I will make my input here.
Go ahead.
Where should I start? When you look at security and what the government are able to achieve, first and foremost, the government has invested in infrastructure for the police and also training. The police force is more professionalized today than 10 years ago, without a doubt. They are more equipped. When you drive your vehicle into Kingston, a policeman can run your license plate, one policeman, and every other policeman in Kingston that have that device. If, for instance, if your license plate get run in Constant Spring Road, and if you reach out to Rockford, a policeman right there can then just look at his device and know your license plate number, know your name, know that you're from Portland or from St. Mary or wherever. So the police force have been more professionalized, more equipped. The morale in the security force is much, much higher than what it usually be. And the vehicle, they have a lot more transportation. And so we can see, and that's why the reduction that we have in major crime in Jamaica is caused from the level of investment and professionalism that is being invested in the police force.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else want to add to that?
All right, yes, I'm going to add to that.
Guys, hold on, Arthur. Guys, we should have been 20,000, but I should have been at least 100 by now. Like up the live, please. Share the live and like up the live, please. I laborize. Me keep on telling you now. We can't sit down in this box by ourselves talking. We are not here talking because, like one Southwest explained and just spoke of, we know what our party is doing. We know, and we already make up our mind after who we want to be our next leader. But we are trying to reach the people who our minds are not made up and who are even PMP. We're trying to change their minds. So we have to send the message out. Like up the live, share the live. Go ahead, Arthur.
Yes, thank you. What I really wanted to add to that is that the ever presence of police, the ever presence of police is helping you with the crime. I mean, you're always seeing officers working. I mean, when I travel to and from where I work, it's about 20 minutes from my home to where I work, and I am going to see the police. They're going to pass, or them start on the road, making sure everything's okay. And the ever presence of the police is a deterrent. People don't get up and just do crime because them know said the police themselves is out there on top of the game. And it has brought down the numbers, and I'm so happy. Although the numbers, we still want them go down lower and lower and lower, but we started, we have achieved so much like 2 consecutive years that the numbers have gone down, and I'm expecting to continue trending down. And it's only because a detailed and a conscientious approach was made for policing to equip the police, equip them with not only the what do you call it now? I say A class or 21st century technology. When you think about when you're in a traffic stop now and they run your license, that is only on TV. You just see that. Only in the US, you just see that. Right now, nobody can get away from the system just like that. Now. The system is set a kind of way now that police even taking bribes don't have to be one and what you have to find a real reason to see a police to take bribe. No, they don't take it. You understand? It's because the system is so set that it's working.
Angie, we're the national security, right?
Yes.
So did you know that we never had a forensic lab in Jamaica?
What? What? How did we solve crimes? What?
Yes, I know. Crime never did a solve. You see, when I say we are 30 years behind, we are indeed behind.
Wow.
So it is under this government that a first-class forensic lab is being built. I think it is almost completed. There is another thing that was announced in Parliament this week that we are now building a Category 5 system. I think if I'm called it correctly, I think it's called Cat 5, Category 5, whatever. And that entails, so we had a lot of camera systems all over the place, right? So while they were there, they were not going to anywhere there. They were not like basically connecting to one unit or one, what you call it, one center then, right? It was all over the place. So you are monitor that, me a monitor that, me a monitor that. So because they have built out the JCF so much and they are now capable, they are able to put in the Cat 5 system. And when they do that, they can monitor it. And when they start monitor it, now them can say, hey, you know that there's a robbery going on around a Harbor Street, and the team will be able to deploy down there immediately. Right? So it will be monitored more. And the next thing too, I think it will also counter cybercrime and all of those things. I don't remember how much billion the minister said it's going to cost, but we are upgrading, like real upgrading, is going on in the JCF.
I
When
was
I
gonna so numbers over $50 billion have been spent so far upgrading security forces, not just infrastructure but also training. There has been consistent educational campaign for a JCF, and we used to have this thing where people as well around Jamaica. It
Yeah.
is the first time that Jamaica coast have had this level of protection. Never yet seen. Right? We now go back to Peter Bunting, we're going to pay a fisherman. They go get information. We don't want that. That's one of the avenue for them filter people money.
That level of argument is definitely a man out of vision.
What this person say? One love. One love, you want to join us? I won't vote for Jamaica JLP in this election because we tell too much lie. Join us in the box.
Yeah,
I
we
could
lie them.
trash it out.
I tell you lie them. We now go attack you. One, you know, we lie them red thing show.
Come join we and tell you the lie them, man.
But we're not going to make this trap with too much.
Sorry,
You had
let me
another,
give,
you had another one.
let me
You
give,
had another one.
you can take
Then
my
here.
box here. I'm going to start work right now, so take the box.
See what you're doing on the back? You want to come to me, boy? Huh? What's your problem? What's wrong with you? You hungry? You want a bottle?
The host gone pan phone call.
Rashika,
Mm?
Dink is saying is Atabal pretending to be One Love. Because One Love is one of our supporters. I mean, no saying who know types of
Me know one
foolishness.
love. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so somebody I try to impersonate. But these things, but you know, it just only show you the how glow these people grudge. Honestly. It's really, you know, because we are here now dissecting the manifesto
Manifesto.
and keeping the government what I call the word I'm looking for now. Keeping the government to his word, right? And you are not here to counter what we are saying, but you come with a duty and foolishness. Oh boy. I can really say today as a Jamaican, I am much proud to see where my country is heading to. I am much proud when I see the work that is taking place,
Dean, me
especially in
think
the
upgrade
health
and now in a
sector.
Dean. A lion, me think they know in a Dean. Me think that they are anart again in a Dean. Lion, me day. Understand? Thank you.
Yeah, so that means this government need the third term and the fourth term and the fifth term. And by that time now, we know that we have first world status. Trust me. They not have to block him, man. They can see where him is. They can stay there go and jerk off himself.
Lied about not having a dual citizenship. Lied about getting a British visa in a British passport as a British citizen. Lied about getting a US visa in his British passport as a British citizen. Not a lie again. Him tell we lie when we try to get the constitutional reform going only if we find out say because he's a dual citizenship holder why he was trying to protect himself. Right?
Yeah.
Big time lie again.
Yeah. Because
Here,
one of the things to winner, if we are able to go republic before the general election come true, he will not eligible to run in.
he would have to
Or in our
remove
parliament,
himself. He would have to remove himself and run again.
Yeah, he would have to take on Jamaican nationality.
Exactly.
Right?
And the latest one lied about new taxes. So he had to come out and clarify. Right? No, the latest one a hush money scandal. Then lie said Mr. Rowe, I tell lie upon them. Then one quote said no. He
After he
said
left the country in 2006, all these diamonds in the Mississippi.
Hello, Lima.
Our little boy, you can't be on here. This is 21 and over.
Okay,
Lied
go on.
about come on national radio, come tell we lie. Say yes, man. The man then did tell we say not no go so, which is a lie. Right? Then Dayton come on, come clarify and say yes, what was said, part of what was in the most consequential one him say, boy, here was. Nothing like that.
Ben, you say want to say something, winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hi.
You have to speak up, Ben. Why here?
So, yeah, I'm at work, so I'm not sure if you're hearing me properly, right?
Yeah, we're here now.
Yeah, man. I said I'm at work. I always listen to you, Modernizing, tell everybody. And 411, JPU, everybody.
You know that Jamaica 411 is a comrade, right? Benty, you know that?
Nobody got it so, winner. Nobody got it so.
No, to the point where dangerous guy.
Yeah, because, and then discuss it.
One.
Hold on. Yeah, man, hold on. Know that I'm only thinking white people don't
We are not hearing you. Your background we are not hearing you. Your background very noisy, sir.
well, yeah, well, because I said I'm at work, right? I don't know if I hear me better now. Yeah, I am saying why people don't demonstrate and get Mark Bolan out of the parliament, out of government completely. You're not supposed to be in there.
Mark not supposed to be in our parliament, none at all. So why is Mark in there doing all those, giving all those problems?
I mean, I agree
And
100% today about the
and,
station.
and,
They're
no,
all right.
and no,
They were
and
giving them a
nobody
fair chance to hang themselves. Here, they were giving them a fair chance to hang themselves. They were giving it like them. You understand?
What happened, Bentley, is that our constitution, as it is now, allow Mark Golding to sit in the parliament because he's from a Commonwealth country.
Winston,
But whenever time we become the republic, we can always start to change that part of the constitution.
Winston,
and one other thing.
that supersede that argument. Here, so you're supposed to be in the parliament.
One other thing, right? One other thing. Why nobody ever call for them to resign? They're supposed to resign their post long time. So why nobody call for them to resign? But every little thing happen, or everything that the government say, they calling for the person to resign. Why?
That's $1 million question.
Because
The only way they can get power by spreading propaganda and doing things like those. Some of those things don't concern us. We are more focused on building the economy with infrastructure development. We don't make nice bother us. We are more focused than them.
yeah, I understand that. I understand that because as I said, we listen the program. If me see the PMP live, I don't go on it. All the while I always want to go on a live or come on a live to just say something. But if I go and I realize whose live it is, I'm not going on it to say anything. I just listen and then move along. Sometimes I don't even want to hear the live what they're going on with. But when it comes on to Angel, all of you guys with me always listen to now. In the quiet, because sometimes when we do even get to listen, is after. The first we ever catch it live one at a time for really come on live. Me always listen to the after program. So what I'm saying is it's disturbing to know them talk kind of something and nobody call for none of them resign and then to come out. Mark did already said anybody in his party that in any corruption or anything, he will kick them out. Them have to leave. And up till today, there's none of that happen. Mark has no credibility. Mark has nothing to do with the country. So they just need to shut up and leave the government alone.
Yes, sir. Well, to support you.
We didn't know that Bentley, they didn't know that in other jurisdictions around the world, the mayor's office is even crowded in the standard. The mayor has to step aside with my run account.
Yes, man. Yes, man. They're in the US. Yes, man. They're in the US.
Until the investigation is completed.
Yeah, they're in the US. There was
you understand? And they will ever look out.
yeah, man. They're in the US. There was a problem with one mayor too, and he have to step down. He have to come out because he mean take some money and all kind of something, take all free flight and everything. So he would have to step away from government business. So I understand all of that. But you know, I'm just saying people just sit back in Jamaica and allow them to do all of what them do. And then when they're done what them do now, then them try to come and change it and say, oh, this didn't go or they didn't say that or no, come on, man. That's stupidness, man. And we sit down and take them things from people too much.
Hey, and the next thing, some of them they call NIA, the JFJ, you can name them. Them don't attack the opposition as much. As them hear anything, even the Jamaica Labour Party, and when it is clarified, them don't come and apologize. They make the narrative stay out there. When it come on to Mark Golding and his people, they don't say anything. It's just recently I heard his name, this Archer, Daniel Archer, came out about something about the same road issue. And she's asking the Integrity Commission to do something. It's the first thing. You know why she's doing it? Because she realized NIA has no relevance anymore. No one is even
Yeah,
really talking about them.
yeah, because as I said, I listen to all of this thing where I go on. All life. I was there just last year, November, when I come back, leave there and come back to Canada. And the whole thing is, man, I love my country, me I build my house down there and something. I don't know my family there, everybody and everything. But trust me, man, I sick and tired to hear them talk and make them accuse and then demanding. They are not asking, they are demanding for whosoever to get kicked out and get fling aside. Because if the person is not with them or the person telling them the truth, they try to fight the person. Just like yesterday when I look at the clippings where Lang, what's the Lang's name? The doctor. And I've been looking at that yes, I look at that from long time and I said, looking at Mark is a Down syndrome youth. And he doesn't know nothing good. He always hack as a Down syndrome kid. So there's no way he's supposed to be in the parliament to make problem.
Let me tell you something about this. What I know of the People's National Party for years, they've been doing it. And they think you call experiment governing. Meaning, them try to do the exchange rate first, but them open it up, and the exchange rate get out of in case I get high on the interest rate. Them try a lot of things together. Critical thinkers, when they come on to governing anything, them don't have fiscal responsibility and monetary.
Yeah, but I know them don't have no management skill. I know they don't have no management skill. Because I can tell you, I hear you guys talking and I look and I say, well, now that I hear people talking about it. Because in the 80s, we don't want to go back too far still, but they don't want us to go back there because they don't have anything to prove that they do anything within those times. In the 80s, I just leave school. I voted for Mr. Seaga at the time when he lost to Manley. When he lost to Manley, the country did make 13 point something % growth for the 8 year that Seaga was there. After he lost to Manley handed it over to PJ. I can tell you, the whole free zone, the whole factory industry, the whole everything, they'll shut it down, lock it down, they do everything. And I look at it as a layman term because I wouldn't have the qualification as what them would have said, no, I can't talk to. But I look at it as a layman term and I said, come on now, if you close down all of those business, how the hell a government run bus gonna make money to keep itself afloat? I get my little pension, not pension, I get my little redundant. You think I go get up and jump on bus every day? I go nowhere? You spend it out? No. I go buy one little car and that'll take me when I forgot. Him start to lose revenue by closing down place, people not going to work, nothing not going on. So your government must lose revenue. They don't know how to get it back, they don't know how to make it back, so they raise tax. That put pressure upon everybody. And that's the same thing they're trying to come back and do again.
Then you had something, right? Is it even though our prison was closed down, the PMP make it close down, yes, but whether or not, I think they're gonna move to China, like every America was a slip up. What the PMP failed to do is productivity, because when you have interest rates so high, the common man now want to borrow, the man want to put the money on government paper because it's more, I said no, it will be more lucrative to do so, meaning that you have to earn. You know, but if you pay a salary, you know, the industrial action will be taken out against you. What that created in the 90s was low productivity, non-productivity. It undermined productivity because the man that added money to invest in a factory, plant, or whatever, or providing a service, he never bothered do it. He must money from government paper. And what that did, it allowed us, as the middle class and the poorer class, and the poorer class to pay off the rich man. The same thing that Monty Perkins spoke about, even the same Ronnie Tweets came and said the same thing. A comrade So that's what his government did. And that is what set us back for many years because of non-productivity. Now you can see even Westing for expand. I think they might put one plant out at Trelawney side now. Maybe some place at Trelawney now. Higher wares have expand. You can even separate expand. Erase expand. Here remain. You understand what I say? All of those because now gone are the days. When a man got to sit on his ass and I collect money. You have to stop that shit. You have to invest your money now in a real business and for earn. You know, get the free money from the government like we used to get that for the high interest. The government put out there, you buy it. This is not so anymore.
Yeah, man. I get that.
Therefore, and therefore dominant one. And that's why you see some of these business class people are lining up behind Mark Golding because they want Mark Golding to bring back such policies so they can just sit down and lend the money to the government and get on some interest rate. And while the Jamaican people have no jobs, so they cannot be able to build a better life for themselves. And I don't know how well the Jamaican people are understanding this, right? That Mark Golding is only lining up to return the country from where it's coming from.
Listen, I can do something. I not trust him enough. Because somebody hurt you once and we do it again. Remember, he was a part of that. They call it team along with Omar Davis. When he said he was the chief advisor, the chief architect, advising Omar Davis to make some of those decisions that people right. But I'm saying, somebody like that do that. We can't trust him again. You don't look at. You cannot trust somebody like that because you don't know where his mind is. You understand me? You don't know where his mind is. You say if you don't know where his mind is, you have to understand him. Because you have even people attack about the manifesto as them have attacked imported foods. Like John Public and support. I'm sure it's a part of the manifesto. You know what them draw it back because they know it won't be popular with the people. That's why I say I experiment in love run. You need someone who was serious plan with the experiment, it don't work.
You know, so them not really back door. Them just start that for now, but once they come back in, it's a different thing. It's gonna come back. And
Yeah,
it's gonna come back without you the target.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Them draw it back because them do that, so them think them are win, but people are not fooling. People are not fooling, you know. Remember, if they say something, you know, you can't come back and say that, and that's not what you meant, you know, because it has been recorded.
Well, Bentley,
Just amongst your friends, but it has been recorded and TV.
we can't allow to leave things to chance. Okay? We can't allow to leave things to chance. So I will just take time out to say to you, sir, whenever time the election is called and it is possible for you to make it home to cast your vote, I would ask you to do so. Because we can't leave this thing to chance.
Well, we try to get at least 5 people already. 4 people do not already. I'm convinced. So just each labor should try to convince 5 more or 10 more people, even 100.
And the important thing about it, Bentley, is that if any Jamaican that are living in overseas now, they must contact their constituency office and to do a check if their name is on the voters list. Or they can also search the EOJ website to find out if their name is on the voters list. So they can get numerated because the voters list supposed to come out by March of this year. New voters list. So it's very important.
I know all of that, man. I know all of that.
Yes, sir.
Trust me, I try talking to people and show them the reason why the opposition not good for the country, none at all.
None at all, sir. You know, Bentley and Barnes. If you can remember when KD Knight was leaving the parliament. The farewell speech is this. After 18 and a half years in government, he cannot say that he is satisfied that his party, that he is a part of and a part of the government, have done enough to make a difference in the people's life. That was KD Knight's farewell speech to the parliament. So we must go back to the archive, dig up these things, and remind the Jamaican people of all of these things. It's important.
I don't know. Yeah? And I'm not sure. So I'll get my quiet and go and listen. It seems like everything else is finished, you know. Everybody jumping out.